Alright, we're live and hopefully the stream stays stable today. That's my one hope. Alright. Things looking good. I hope you guys are enjoying your day. We've got some interesting missions to complete for this stream, so I think that's what we're going to focus on. I've done a couple here and there. I've done a little bit more than a couple. Yeah. So I've done Dragon, Forest, Shadow, the first lot, which are all just win 3 matches. I've also got a couple of challenges here I'm not too phased about. Hey, what's up? Alright. So the main aim is to beat these. Sword, Rune, Blood. I'm doing Rune, so we'll work on that. And why not play Ranked and get some of that Piercing Rune goodness before it gets nerfed. I also need to delete that bronze deck from a video that's coming out soon. So much grinding, yep. That's pretty much how we're going to spend this stream. We're going to grind out these missions. I've got to update the title.
I guess you're looking for a fight. Let's see you in action.
Let's update this title to the stream. Why will it not? It won't for some reason let me update that. I don't know why. A lot of trouble trying to get this to fix this. Nice. Did you get some great stuff? Hey, what's up? Okay, that's good. Oh my god, man, that's not bad. We've got a right hand here too. Wow. This should be hopefully a good stream. I'm just hoping the internet stays stable for long enough. I don't know what went on the other day. It really screwed me over. Alright, that's a good return target. We can hit that pretty hard. Ah, Daria. Okay. Not too bad.
Unbelievable.
I was thinking of dropping the Time Worn. I think is still where I'm leaning. Just because I want to play the return. Get that out of the way.
Unbelievable.
Alright, what are we going to be able to do next? Guessing they're playing D-Shift because they haven't really played much. That's not a great sign for me.
It's knowledge I seek.
Okay. I think we push for a strong Daria turn. And at least they're burning cards, so that's good. Maybe. Well, that means they might have everything they need. That could be bad.
I'm just a mage who's as old as dirt.
You're done for.
It's just like back in the old days.
How interesting.
Alright. Next plan.
Couldn't do it after all.
They've completely wiped my board, which isn't the worst thing. I'm on.
Just a mage who's as old as dirt.
It's
I'll,
knowledge I seek.
Yeah, that works. Alright.
You're done for.
Perfect amount of points.
It's just like back in the old days.
Unbelievable. This time, maybe. With a bang and a boom.
Alright. What can we pull off this? Come on, good cards. Not one spell boost. Fortunately, they aren't bad though. Unless we get hit really hard with a D shift, we should be fine. They did just return that mage, so we do get to replay, but what a hard decision to make now.
It's just like back in the old days. I'm all tuckered
Alright,
out.
so they're gonna ping it off, yep.
I lost? Yeah, right.
Alright, I'm not feeling too confident with this right now. We're going into a really bad spot.
Unbelievable.
Alright, we did get the piercing, which is quite nice.
Who's as old as dirt?
It won't be long now.
It's just like back in the old days.
Alright, we get to drop Fates right down. Not too bad. A few hits there. Now we've just gotta hope we don't get D-shifted, which is where I think this is gonna go, so this might not end so well. I really need to get a couple of Merlins just so I can build D-shift. It's about the only thing I'm missing. Actually, I think it is the only thing I'm missing.
No.
Especially since Piercing Rune really isn't going to be that hit that hard with the nerf. Yep, D-shift. For sure we're getting hit with that. Now let's see if it's a double D-shift. That's the next question.
All tuckered out.
No D-shift. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, 2, 4, 6. 9, too short. But we have got that. So we'll go this way.
No.
Come on. Just looking for anything just in case. Alright,
Unbelievable.
it's our last shot. If we survive this turn and don't get D-shifted to Oblivion, we should be fine.
Here comes some real
Alright,
magic.
D-shift. Okay. Question is, do they have D-shift again?
No.
Yep, there it is.
Here comes some
Alright.
real magic.
Not much I can do against that.
Impressive. Looks like you won.
Oh, so close. If we had the extra evolve, we might have been able to push the extra damage off the Time Worn and actually had game, but we didn't. Alright, hopefully we'll get a better matchup. Shadow, so
I guess you're
unless
looking for a fight.
we get heavily warded, we should be pretty fine here.
Come on.
Nice hand too. Can't go too wrong with that. Alright,
Nice to see you.
perfect turn 1. Not a bad turn 2. Full Metal Alchemist. What about Full Metal Alchemist? Full Metal Alchemist is pretty good.
My boss works us to the bone.
Okay. Golem, Witch,
It'll work this time, maybe.
and a trade-off. Should be fine. Which one? The original Full Metal Alchemist or Brotherhood?
Maybe, just maybe, this magic will help.
Alright, we should be able to push quick enough here. The original. I haven't watched the original. I only watched Brotherhood, which from everything I've seen and heard is probably the better of the two. But I can't judge it personally because I haven't seen it, obviously.
My boss works us to the bone.
Hands off the graves!
Alright.
My wings are killing me.
I'm guessing they're gonna go for trades, which is fine. They can only trade one more though. That's not gonna be bad for me. Quite good.
Unbelievable.
No, it's not the second season. Brotherhood is a basically readaptation of it, which held more true to the manga from everything I looked at. The return's actually not a bad play.
With a bang and a boom.
Okay, now we can push.
You're done for.
Yeah, at first I thought it might have been a second season as well, but
How about this?
it starts right from the beginning and goes all the way through, so... Because the original Full Metal Alchemist anime was made a fair bit before. Well, not a fair bit. I don't know. It wasn't too much before, but it didn't do very well. And then they made Brotherhood. Oh, that's not good.
Time to go a little wild. Want to play? I haven't let loose lately. I'm leaving.
Alright, there we go. One more win, and then we finish the first part of Rune. Few months. Oh, God.
I've prevailed again.
I think I watched it all in like one weekend sitting, but I have a lot of free time. Well, I had a lot of free time. Ugh. As long as you enjoyed that, though, that's the main thing, isn't it? Oh dear.
I guess you're looking for a fight.
Bow before Dark Dragoon, ruler of the skies!
Not a great hand. Alright. Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, in one weekend. Yeah. I used to... this is really bad. This was back in high school, so this is going back 4 years or so ago now. I used to sit and watch a whole anime season like every night nearly before going to school. So I'd be up till like 3 AM or something. Alright, what can we do here? We get a good thing off the Alchemist.
It's knowledge I seek.
We can drop Alchemist Ogler next turn as well, probably along with the Blade Mage. That's actually a good play.
How interesting.
Alright, you actually get an okay play.
It's knowledge I seek.
Well, watching and playing is good though.
Atone with your lifeblood.
Alright, a little bit more damage. It's been a long time since I've done that though.
There's a lot more where that
I think it's been nearly 12 months since I last sat down and watched like an entire series of anime in one night.
Time to head home.
Mostly now I'll do maybe half a series and do it over a couple days. But I haven't done that since I've started doing YouTube because I'm either busy with this or catching up on my weekly anime or whatever else is on at the time.
Just a mage who's as old as
You're
dirt.
done for.
It's just like back in the old days.
Alright, how do we hit it? Probably with that. Cool. Now we can actually push Daria.
Your life. Let's thin them out.
Yeah. Well, mine, like, in high school, it used to be nearly every night. It was probably 5 days out of a week that I was doing that. But I was kind of lucky. I found school pretty easy, personally. And Australian school, in some regards, can be easier, especially in where I am. I don't want to play that. Double piercing rune. We've got an evolve, which is good. Alright, so we can push. We get to push the double piercing, which is really nice. That will trade really well.
I lost? Yeah, right.
Umura. I haven't watched Umura. I've seen enough about it, but I haven't watched it. Okay, what do I do now? Go insight. Probably should have went fates first, but that's fine.
It's knowledge I seek.
Alright, we drop the cost, we hit double piercing
Won't be
rune.
long now.
We get a fairly good play.
Here goes.
It does look pretty funny. I just haven't had a chance to actually watch it. Oh, I did misplay that, didn't I? Whoops. That was a mistake. Well, if you're gonna make a mistake, better off making it now, I guess.
How about this now?
Ugh. Yeah, I have seen some. Like, I've seen bits and pieces in anime cracks and stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
I just haven't sat down and watched it all. It does look pretty funny though. Where do we go from here? Nothing overly great. Oops, didn't mean to do that, but not like it makes a big difference.
Engulfing flames.
Okay, we may still be able to push for game as long as we don't get hit really hard by Lucifer or Darkness or something. Or not turn 9 Bahamut even. Jeez. Perfect.
Just
Couldn't ask for a
maybe
much
this
better
magic-
trade.
just maybe this magic will help.
Can't keep relying
Alright, what are they going to do now if they plan that out? Nothing? I don't know, here we go. Lucifer. Yep. Well, there goes the chance of game. Lost any chance I had at game now, haven't I? Oh, maybe not. Time War's actually pretty good.
Who's as old as dirt.
This ends here.
It's just like back in the old days.
You'll see.
I've got to take a break.
Alright, I'm just gonna try, because I'm pretty sure Lucifer's gonna get dropped anyway, and I don't have much chance at winning. So, with the Lucifer drop, they go to 9, which means I need the 4 and the 2 to survive.
Unbelievable.
Which isn't gonna happen, so that's gonna be it.
Such pain.
I don't think I have anything left that can counter this. Ah, and we draw Dance of Death. But we lose to Lucifer, so if they do drop Lucifer, we are screwed. If not, we can try drawing Demonic, but they draw it. Okay. What do we got next? Oh, this at least refreshes our hand. That's a good sign. Alright, double Ogler. And we did get the Demonic Strike, so that is the damage. It'll be interesting.
Before creation, there was destruction.
I lost? Yeah, right.
Not good. Not good at all. And we're dead.
Impressive.
I forgot to account for how many cards I had left, jeez. I was more worried about refilling the hand. Been floating around this 3,000 for a little bit now.
I guess you're looking for a fight.
This one's for my family.
Alright. I don't mind this hand. We are drawing 2, so... Oh, I just have a weakness against Dragon. It's shocking. Every time I try and beat it, I get held up. Alright, we do get the Wizard, which isn't too bad. Wizard, Ogler, 3 maybe.
Unbelievable.
Maybe, just maybe, this magic will
And
help.
then hopefully draw a spell and be able to drop both Ogler and Witch.
Unbelievable.
Alright,
It's
gives me
knowledge I
something I
seek.
guess.
You'll all see.
Drop almost every card, so what's that? +8? That's pretty good.
Look my way.
So we have a total of
I'll cut you
+10
down.
on all those cards. That's pretty
How
insane.
Interesting.
Alright, and we did get the Insight, which is a nice draw. So we can drop it,
Just maybe,
play,
this magic will help.
Atone with your lifeblood.
It'll work this time, maybe.
and push a super early game.
You'll be let's thin them out.
Alright, it's a pity we didn't have a Daria, because I could have got a really nice Daria there, but everything else is pretty good. Is it doing is it doing very well?
One little failure's nothing.
I haven't touched a budget deck for a long time. It's hard to build these decks into budget styles, especially when you're at rank AA.
After all,
Alright, so trade. Alright, they go that way. Either way, it wouldn't have mattered. The Demonic Strike's not worth it. Blade Mage for 4 gives a shot. But I just feel like I'm going to be playing from behind no matter what I do here.
Atone with your lifeblood.
It won't be long now.
Well, hopefully it does well.
Be riddled. Let's thin them out. Let's thin them out.
I want to work on a budget series, but I just don't know what to do for budget decks. I reached out to Reddit at one point there, and I didn't get much back in the way of budget decks outside of like the couple I actually did videos on, which was Cursed Sword and something else. Oh, why I'm thinking of it right now. I don't know how the stream will go tomorrow. It should be normal time and hopefully it shouldn't be an issue, but I've got my sister's birthday party to go to and that may interfere a little bit with timing.
As long as we've got each
So
other.
there should be a stream if everything goes to plan. If it doesn't, then it may not happen, but hopefully everything goes to plan. But there will definitely be one Sunday.
I was mighty but too proud.
Yeah, sister. I have a sister.
You've gotta see me dance.
Hmm.
I'm just amazed.
Time one's
who's
nice.
as old as dirt.
This ends here.
It's just like back in the old days.
Oh. That does suck a little bit, but having the characters isn't all bad. Alright. I think I made the right play there.
A new world is our desire.
Alright, what are we gonna see here, Olivia?
Time to say goodbye.
Unfortunately, that means I can't push this.
This blaze is our future.
I'm all tuckered out.
I've been tempted to buy all the characters, I just really can't be bothered. I'm too lazy for that. It means I have to save up my gold and then just spend it, which at the time I really need to build Dragon, but I might save up gold again and do it and buy all the characters, but we've also got Street Fighter coming out soon, and we've got all the new content, which will actually be really interesting. The new story arc stuff, which I'm planning on saving all of that story content for the weekend I'm going away. It actually falls really nicely. It means I can set up videos a lot earlier.
Be gone.
So hopefully you guys will enjoy those videos instead of streams for that weekend.
Each other.
Alright, Conjure,
With a bang and a boom.
come on. Piercing Rune is nice, but I can't really do anything except for clear the Olivia.
Your
It'll work
lifeblood.
this time, maybe.
Let's thin them out.
Amazing, but I won't lose again.
Yeah, that is the one bonus at least.
No.
These
And I'm dead.
are unbreakable.
Alright, we're not playing
It
this
won't
one
be
here
long
now.
now.
Nope. 7 Goblin Mages, jeez man.
Impressive. Looks like you won.
That's not bad. I wish that the news was announced a little earlier. Unfortunately, I literally bought those 28 packs and liquefied everything about the day before the announcement. So God knows how much I missed out on. I don't know if it was much because I don't know what I had, but... So what, Goblin Mage, Fiender and Piercing Rune? Actually, it might be worth getting the animated Piercing Rune I've got here. Because that means I'll get full cost for it, which is what, 600, and then I could just craft a 200 and I'll be 400 vials up. That's not too bad. What announcement? If you visit my channel, I've got a full video on what the nerf announcements and stuff. I don't know whether you've seen it or not. It's actually done really well. But that's all the expansion, the nerfs, all that stuff that's going on. Alright, we're going to go into unranked and hopefully get this challenge done. Basically, they're nerfing Piercing Rune and Roach. Well, they're not nerfing Roach, they're nerfing Goblin Mage, which in turn nerfs the combos. Goblin Mage doesn't. Oh, I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard category because what really made the deck consistent was Goblin Mage and Fina. So the only thing they could do was nerf it in some way. If they nerf Roach, it's too big a hit.
I guess you're looking for a fight.
Well, it should be the one from the day before, I think, isn't it? Yeah. from the 22nd. I've got it listed as nerfs for meta decks. That's what's on the thumbnail. That is true. It is the only viable deck for Forest, which is a problem. But Forest can always go back to doing something more control orientated, which is what they were doing before. They might switch back to Path to Purgatory. I could see that happening. It's true, it's not. It's not as bad as it's being nerfed. Like, it's being hit a lot harder than Rune is. Rune really hasn't hardly been hit at all. Having Piercing Rune cost 2, what, delays you by a turn? Not even that. So it's definitely harsh, but they had to do something because the meta was going to be too stale. So they kind of seemed to be buying time until the next expansion. What do we got here? Alright, that's a good draw. Because by doing this, everyone's going to be focused on all of the cards that have been nerfed, and the meta will be shaken up a little bit.
Guide me, Elder Tree.
How interesting.
Unbelievable.
Oh dear. That's good. What can I do now? I've got to hit that somehow, but I don't really want to do it with that. But I need to get rid of it. Damn it. Oh, the cost of trading.
Spin them out.
I don't know what else they were meant to do though. Like, how the top 2 decks at this stage are, well, there's 4 decks at the moment in tier 1. Roach Forest, D-Shift Rune, Tempo Rune, and currently Ramp Dragon. With this, Forest is probably going to drop out of tier 1 pretty easily, I reckon. I don't think it's going to have enough consistency. Something might happen and someone might work something out and it works out, but I doubt it. Its consistency is just going to be too lost. Rune's not going to move. I'm sure it won't. If it does, I'll be really surprised. And Dragon hasn't been hit at all, so nothing will really change for it. If anything, it's probably going to be a bit stronger. What do I do now? Gotta hit something here. Can't really play the Ogla, and I can't play Daria. Actually. Go this way. That works.
I'm just a mage who's as old as
You're
dirt.
done for.
It's just like back in the old days. There.
Run away.
I should have hit the 1-drop. That would have been smarter.
Ow.
Alright, it's gonna be close.
The forest is crying for help. Don't hurt me.
Gobby's feeling hungry.
It won't be long now. Guide me, Elder Tree.
Goblin Mage will now pull a 1-drop as well as a 2, so it can pull either. Where is it? 1 sec. How do I deal with this in an efficient way?
Such negative magic.
Just maybe this magic will help.
Atone with your life.
Alright.
With a bang and a boom.
Is it this one? This one, here we go. Goblin Mage, Goblin Mage. Way to go, whoops. Did I go past it? Yeah, here. Goblin Mage will put a random follower that costs 2 play points or less, so it means it can pull 1-drops. Which means, you know, Elf May, Water Fairy, those sort of cards will now be pulled instead of Roach, which makes the deck less consistent, meaning it's not as good.
Won't be long now.
Alright, I can clog up this hand. Nice. Sorry, and Piercing Rune obviously is being changed to 2 instead of 1 when it gets changed. Alright. So yeah, that's pretty much what they're doing. They're also adding more story content for 3 classes, which should be good. Useless? No. Good? Certainly not. It's hard to judge it on its own. I wouldn't say it's useless. Not straight out. It's just not going to be tier 1. You're probably going to see Roach dropping to tier 2, tier 3.
Impressive.
So it's going to be more along the lines of... what? Mid-range sword, mid-range blood, kind of those areas, I guess. Yeah, not worth the 3 cost overall, no. But with Fina, it might still be okay. Because you do get Fina for 0, which can combo with Roaches, so you could still run Fina and get some value. You just won't be able to pull the Roaches off the Goblin Mage as consistently. Not unless you change your deck to only run Roaches. God, how can I not win with this? I just want to get this challenge out of the way. And this is happening on the 26th. Well, at least for me it says on the 26th on the update thing, which is 2 days. Well, 2 to 3 days because of, you know, time zone issues and that sort of thing. So it's very soon that this is going to happen.
I guess you're looking for a fight. Mother, father, come on.
Alright. Keep the Ogla. The rest isn't too bad. Alright, insight. Conjure Golem, that was a nice draw. Alright, man. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. What else can I do here? I think we take the return. Fine. Okay.
Maybe, just maybe, this magic will help.
Alright. Savage. Yes. Everyone has life commitments though, don't they? Can't be on all the time. Okay, so they're probably going to trade most of the stuff. Really need something to replenish this hand. A good Dario would be nice, but still not going to be playable for a little bit. Alright, so it looks like taking the trade option.
Couldn't do it after all.
No.
Okay.
I'm just a mage who's as old
Well, we
as
get a
the
really
old
nice
done
trade
for.
here. I like that.
It's just like back in the old days.
That's alright though. Some of us have to be physical. Alright, now I've emptied my hand out. It's a little bit of a worry, but it should be fine. I don't really have enough to do a board clear, and there's not much I'm afraid of. And we have lethal on board if they don't deal with it. And the Fate's Hand is a good replenish, so we are actually looking at an okay draw there.
Time to go a little wild.
Alright, Cerberus, so they'll probably take the Evolve. Co-op. That game was terrible.
Want to play? I haven't let loose lately.
I'm all tuckered out.
Ugh. Alright, 3, 5, 9, 11.
It won't be long now. How about this spell?
Fortunately, I've got to get rid of that. Otherwise, I die.
Mean.
It's basically like a running simulator game thingy that... I'm trying to think what it's like. Yeah, it's basically you got this guy and you got to hit certain keys on the keyboard to make him run or something.
Watch me, miss. I'll show you.
Alright, so it doesn't look like they're going to board clear. What are they aiming for here?
Let's get into trouble.
I'm coming for you.
No, they can't win. Because they don't have enough points. Awesome. So that means we've finally finished the rune mission. Well, at least the start of the rune mission, the first part. Of course, they go to checking match results. They couldn't be any more filthy.
I'm leaving.
Ooh.
I've prevailed
Alright.
again.
What else we got here? We have Sword, Blood, Haven. Well, I think we'll do Haven next because I have got to also finish this. So we'll do that. And I'm just going to play through Unranked because that's going to be hopefully easier. It's going to be a very grindy stream. Trying to get these challenges out. I want to have them done before I go away. Even though we have plenty of time to finish them, we've got until like March 9th. But why not get them done as soon as possible? Then we can go back to our regular scheduled content. Plus, with all the new content stuff coming with the story mode and that, I want to be able to do videos on that after the 26th. So I really need to have this done on the weekend. We've got, what, 2 streams and whatever private time I've got to do it.
Eternal peace be yours.
I'm not really concerned with those yet. Hey, what's up? All right. Alright, next move is Sacred Plea and then Prison Princess, hopefully. Hopefully. No, I think the other face was better, man. I think you should stick with the other face. Oh, that's nice. 2 Bahamuts and 2 packs. Jeez. Can't go wrong with that. How do I deal with this? I guess I don't.
Let me show you something.
We leave it up and we deal with it next turn.
Nothing can get me down.
Alright, so Stormhaven. What we're dealing with here, great.
Your evil deeds end now.
Alright, at least we get rid of
You were
most
done
of the
for.
board.
I see always.
Bad, bad.
What can I do next? Dogma's not even worth it. I need to get some form of healing or just try and keep the clear up, but that's going to be difficult at this point. Especially since I've got 2 evolves and
You were done for.
they're 2 away from killing me. Great, so I think this is going to be impossible now.
Stop.
Oh, that lion makes a huge difference. So we can clear board completely, but need to set up a ward as well. Makes this really difficult.
Oh, Serpent King.
The real battle begins.
Alright, so the only shot that I've got left, which probably isn't going to save me because they're going to have something that counters me here,
No disruptions.
was that. All they need is Gruder, and that pretty much kills me.
These golden wings.
There it is. 3 damage to face.
Envy you.
But this is why we're completing the missions in unranked. Okay, let's try our own Stormhaven instead. Alright, what do we got here? Blood. Not liking my chances.
Is fighting in despair.
And yeah, there are a lot of control decks in unranked at the moment.
For defeat.
These quests have really pulled a lot of people out by the looks of it. Everyone wants to try and beat all these challenges quickly. So it's going to be painful to deal with right now. Alright, that's not too bad. I would have liked something a little bit better. Fortunately, that's how it goes, isn't it? These few days are going to be horrible at trying to actually do anything. Okay. Banish. Fine.
Shed tears of joy, I've arrived.
Okay, so by the time that explodes, it's going to be plenty.
Nothing can get me down.
Alright, so if they do hit into that, at least they take 1 damage, which is good.
Tears of joy, I've
Great, now I gotta
arrived.
deal with both of those. Damn it. Really only hoping I had to deal with one,
Feeble little life.
No!
but now I'm gonna have to banish, trade, all that sort of fun stuff.
Your evil deeds end now.
Jeez, that's not great.
You're done for.
6 losses.
I see always.
Now you've done it.
Really?
I reckon it would feel pretty bad.
Isn't demonic armor
Oh,
lovely?
not wardrobe. Anything but wardrobe.
Weakness the power.
Oh, another control blood to deal with. Now what do I do? Priest again maybe, but it's not really worth it.
My beauty, outclassed.
Gotta try something. Might have to try and switching to pure control. I might actually do an update on it and fix it up. Now that I've got a Prince of Darkness and stuff. We might try that next if this doesn't work. If it works, we'll continue on like this, but...
Your evil deeds end now.
The real
Alright, I need to push more damage here.
I see
But
always.
I also need to keep this board clear.
We will meet again.
Alright. I've only done the first parts of most of the missions, so I've done the first part of Rune, Dragon, Forest, and Shadow.
Lovely.
So I still need to do all the 6 win ones. And now we're working on getting 3 with Haven, Sword, Blood, and we'll have all of the 3 missions done, and then we'll move on to the 6. And I've also done the 10 wins for the Bahamut emblem. And we're actually working on the 20 wins. Alright, I don't like this. I don't see a nice way to trade. That annoys me. Not bad.
No code binds me anymore.
Oh, what a pain in the ass. Everyone seems to be using this lately. Can't banish it yet. Ramming it. Decreeing it. Just doesn't seem worth it. But I've got to do something here. Running out of options.
Offer your life to me.
Jeez. That's not great when you can't win Forest of Blood. I had a lot of trouble with Shadow last night, like, I mean a lot. Alright, I'm not going to win this. It's not worth the time wasted.
I have lost.
Alright, we're going to fix up Control Haven. I'm going to try that instead. Yeah, there's too much control at the moment, and it's really difficult to get any decent damage quickly. The only option is to try and counter the control with control. Okay. Most of this deck is pretty standard. Need to work out what to cut where. I know I've got to put Prince of Darkness in here. I just need to work out what to cut, and I think Bahamut's a good cut for now. I'm going to throw in a Lucifer because I've got 2 of those now. Definitely putting in Prince of Darkness. He's really heavy control right now. I think we can afford to drop the snakes for now and go with... Yeah, the only reason I didn't have it in here before is because I didn't have it. That was the big problem. So I replaced it with the more control-orientated thing. Which was the Bahamut. A couple of Sledgehammer Exorcists. And... wish I had another Odin. But I don't. What other legendaries have I got here that I could really put in here? I think the other option is just to run 1 Bahamut as a board clear. Alright, we'll give that a shot. Not too worried about ranked at the moment. Definitely going to focus on getting these missions done. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Alright, we're going first. Come on, good draws. Not too bad. I think we'll wheel a hole into that because we can activate Ancient Lion turn 5, which is nice. Lucifer is pretty good. I only had 1 for the longest time, and then I made a second one just because I wanted to build Dragon. I really need a 3rd. Jeez, that's good. That's the only reason I have 2 is because I used it in Ramp Dragon. Which, if you've checked out my channel, I'm sure you watched the videos, but if not, I basically opened 28 packs just to get those cards. Alright. Temple Defender's good. Alright. So if they want to do something, they really need to trade here. Alright, let's see what they're going to do next. We have got the lion, which is a really nice clear here.
Deeds end now.
Fortunately, the priest, not so
You're
great.
done for.
But the lion should get a full clear.
See, oh wait.
Priest will drop to 2.
What in
The lion will help clear the temple defender. It's actually not a bad play.
You were done for.
I've said my last
Alright,
prayer.
so we're currently up on the board, which is nice. Got plenty of heals available.
Nothing can get me down. The real battle begins. My gut says let's
Jeez, man.
stop.
I like the Ramp Dragon. I think it's fun. That's the main reason I play it. And it's quite good competitively. I don't want to waste that, but I don't really have many other choices
I
here.
obey the Lord's will.
You've gotta see me dance.
Alright, man. Have a good night. We'll probably stream for another half an hour or so, and then we might wrap it up. Jeez. That is a long time to have to wait up. Get that. Get the tempo, yeah. Not great. Beast Call, Healing Angel, clear that. I think that's the way I'm going.
You've gotta see me dance. Let me ease your pain. The real battle begins.
Alright.
Remedies all
We
by
clear the dog,
May my
get some
prayers be
damage
heard.
out. Keep the temple defender for now. And not under threat of lion. The only real threat now is a full board clear. With Decree. Must be Storm. At first I thought maybe it was Control, but can't be. Alright, we'll take the Curate.
These pitiful hands. May my prayers be heard.
By the light.
May my prayers be heard.
Alright. We have got Olivia, which is nice for next turn. Be a nice little setup. Alright, so the lion.
Let us conclude.
I don't think how they can clear off all this, and I don't think they can.
Hey, that hurts.
Not without something else in hand.
I obey the Lord's will. I've said my last prayer.
War is such sorrow.
Jeez, man. That's not great, is it? No way to deal with it.
A new world is our desire.
Needed a good way to deal with this board, and I don't really have it. Best thing I can probably do
Let us conclude.
is make it hard on him.
This blade, you're mine.
Open your eyes.
I've said my last prayer.
Alright. Priest is good because we do the evolves again. We should have been able to drop Guardian Sun earlier, but
Destiny calls.
waiting it out's not bad either.
Stop. Destiny calls.
Alright. So what, 13 damage, so I'll be on 7.
The Lord will.
Or they go for the clear, that's another option, isn't it?
I won't lose again.
Well, that's good, at least, you know, good learning curve.
Your evil
Oh, I
deeds
should have played
end
Guardian
now.
Sun, that was a mistake.
You were done for.
I see, oh wait.
Sometimes that's the good point about looking back on stuff.
This must be fate.
I have
Like with me, with posting YouTube videos, for example, I get a lot of feedback on stuff like that. With misplays and things like that, and it does help, especially with Forest. It's really helped me get a bit better. Doesn't mean you don't misplay, it just means you do it less. Or you make better plays in the long run, so you know when to play around what. That really helps too. So that will give us 1 on 2 Haven. These are all the missions. We've only got those 3 left. And then we move on to the card backs and my daily missions, which we are working on Haven at the moment as well, so why not? Come on, good matchup. We want something good. Alright, blood. Okay. Not control blood, we might be okay.
Fighting in despair, all you know?
Prepare for defeat.
But we'll drop the radiance. Alright, we've got plenty of healing. Not bad. Alright. I need to work out what I'm going to be able to play here.
I can devour your dreams.
What the hell is that? Nightmare. Okay. Different.
Let me ease your pain.
Let's just make sure we have something on board at least, because we've got all high cards. Alright, so that's a good sign. It's probably control, but let's just wait and see.
Let me ease your pain. By the light.
Might actually go for an early push. We've already got the board control here. We've got Decree for a clear, we've got Curate for a heal, and then we can go into Lucifer, Odin, and Bahamut pretty consistently. So we should be okay. Alright, Vamp. Alright, so there's no real play here.
You're done for.
Love remedies all.
Alright, I'm gonna make sure I drop him a bit further.
Me. By the light.
I don't want him to build their health back up. Can clear next, so it's not a big deal. Nice. Gonna make it even harder.
Stop! No!
Why would you do that unless you have something? Okay.
War is such sorrow.
Really don't want to play the Decree here, but I need to do something.
What a shame.
Yeah, that's definitely true. It could be a mid-range, which with the way they've played a few of the cards here, it's highly possible.
Shed tears of joy, I've arrived.
It's just most common in control. Alright, we're getting a banish at least. Alright, so we've got plenty of healing. I'm not too worried about that. We just need to be able to control the board for long enough.
Your tragedy has begun.
Giving out like Storm
You'll
Vendor.
be soon learn.
I don't have Vengeance, which
The
is great.
tale of climax.
Can't push the Guardian Sun with that yet. Lucifer is extremely tempting.
May all life prosper and be blessed.
The real battle
Because we'll use it as a kill instead of a heal, since we've got a few curates in hand.
Once I believed I am the
Um,
and these wings destroy.
Get rid of that one.
You dare defy?
Alright. Hopefully that was the right play. Yeah, I actually recently played a blood in this stream not that long ago. They did use that, and I looked at it and I went, interesting. But I don't know whether I've got any left because I may have liquefied them.
The void seeks.
Alright, that kind of at least forced that, so that's nice. Now we can actually get Guardian Sun out. I might have to give it a go when we're working on the blood set, which might be next. We'll either go sword or blood after we finish Haven. I've got to decide which way I want to go with it. Alright, Blood Mary, so we're probably going to see a Dire Bond. Yep.
Let us conclude.
I really don't like where this is going, but...
The Lord will. No!
1 health, I can drop curate, I can banish, that's fine. Okay. So as long as we don't get hit with the same sort of combo again, we should be right. I will be on tomorrow at this stage. I have got a party to go to at 3, which, well, 3 my time. And it's currently, what, 1:40, so I'll probably be going at least an hour from 12 till 1 tomorrow, unless something comes up. But if something does come up, I will be posting on Twitter, so if you guys haven't, you can go follow that or check that out tomorrow and find out what's going on. But at this stage, yes, I will be streaming tomorrow. Alright. It's a little annoying.
No!
God, how do I deal with that? Oh, that's one way to do it, I guess.
It can't end here.
I obey the Lord's will.
Offer your life
Nope,
to
I'm dead.
me. I envy you.
That's about the only thing left that would easily kill me outside of Razor Claw. Demonic Strike. I guess there's a few options overall. Okay. Well, we're not going to give up. Still really need to finish these missions, so... And that's what we're using this stream. Probably what the weekend will be very similar. We're going to get these GRANBLUE missions all done. And then there won't be any streams next weekend due to the trip that I'm going on. But there will still be regular video content for the YouTube channel.
Is fighting and despair all you know? You must die!
Okay. All the healing that I could ever need. I think we'll keep the Radiance.
Let's speed things up.
Quick blader. Yay. Alright, what do I do next? Unicorn, I think's the only good play. At least they have to react to that, so that's a bonus. Temple Defender's a nice little defense.
What's this?
Oh, that's annoying.
Hey, that hurts.
And the Priest was a perfect draw there. Couldn't ask for anything much better.
For the nation!
Oh, we can do that. We can do that next if you want.
Your evil deeds end.
Once I finish this game, we can go do that. Is there any deck you want to see against it in particular, though? when I think of it.
You're done for.
I see, always.
I've got most meta decks.
May my prayers be heard. I've no regret.
Okay.
I should have foreseen this.
That was an easy one.
Pray
They
that
just
I will be
freaking
free
quit on
from
me.
suffering.
Alright. That's fine. Actually, those missions let me do that. No, they won't let you do it that way. Alright, that's fine. A longer game deck. That only leaves what? Ramp Dragon, maybe Earth Rune, Pure Control, Seraph, but Seraph wouldn't do very well against a deck like Blood. That's something I haven't done in a while. Might go with that. Take the mid-range sword then. It's got a solid early game, solid late game. Hopefully that's alright. Just not ramp tracking, yep. Oh, I'm a bit worried about how the mid-range is going to go here, but it should be right. Alright. Well, I'm no expert, but we'll just have to wait and see how this goes then.
You must die. Time to get started.
Alright. Now, 10 matches is a pretty good average, I guess. Maybe it's not quite enough.
Speed things up. Too slow.
That's alright.
Leave this to me.
I only do these sort of things for fun anyway, so it's not a big deal to me. If it was a competitive thing, I would worry, but when you're just doing them for some fun, it's not too bad.
Watch this.
Too slow.
Alright. I'm just gotta be careful not to narrate myself. I've done that before.
Tears of
That's
joy,
fun.
I've arrived.
Ah.
I shall gracefully engage.
Me? Really?
Ew.
We'll do that.
Strength and beauty
We'll try and set
together.
ourselves up. It's gotta be a bit careful.
Isn't demonic armor lovely?
Alright.
Go! Go! Try this on for size.
Should have been quicker.
Hey, that hurts. You wouldn't. Strength and beauty together. You're done for. Girl,
Ironclad.
my beauty, outclassed.
Alright, so now I just need to be able to drop these. If I can drop these, it should be fine. Got Saber. Gonna be kind of expected anyway.
Hey, check this out. Now
Also, if he has paused, it shouldn't be an issue.
you wouldn't.
What am I gonna be able to do here?
My armor's been pierced.
Hey, that
Damn it.
hurts.
Really hoping for a trip, but it's not going to happen, so
The fishies are dancing.
go the other way.
Hi guys, Otohime. It won't be long now. Time to see what Let's have some fun. You just think you beat me.
Demonic Storm. Sort of thing I'm expecting. Right. That's actually really good. Perfect. Oh, that's way too tempting. Can't really do that yet.
Blaze, victory and prosperity are yours.
You'll never hurt Otohime.
It was too tempting. I wanted to do it, but I'm not going to risk it. I don't know how old she is. That's a good question.
Okay.
She does really, yeah, she does look quite young, doesn't she? Okay. Smart.
I was naive.
Maid leader's nearly not worth it. Anything else that I play here isn't going to be enough damage. So the maid leader's the only option. Okay. Do 1 damage to all enemy followers. Not going to be worth anything if I put these out. I think we just throw the samurai. We start pushing a little.
You'll never hurt Otohime.
I'm going to lose this board anyway. But at least it's worth a shot. Get a little bit more damage on face. The only problem now is I'm down to my final lot of draws and I don't have much left.
Joy and grief.
Wish I had Queen Vampire. I think I need to get a hold of as well. And the healing.
Apologies, sir.
What the heck?
Alright, so now I'm in a huge spot. It's going to be a real pain to get out of. Can't deal with the board. So it's almost worth ignoring.
What an ugly bunch.
I let him get too much value from the behemoth. That's definitely what's happened here. I should have had a way to deal with that behemoth earlier. Mind you, this definitely isn't the strongest deck I've got though too. Probably one of the weakest, but it definitely makes for an interesting match.
Wow.
6, 10, 12, 5 short. And that's 5. Alright.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't. An exemplary battle.
GG. Probably should have picked something stronger. I definitely should have. That would have made a world of difference there, I reckon. Plus, I let that behemoth get way too much value. Needed a way to deal with it a little bit quicker. Well, definitely turned that game for sure.
Is fighting and despair all you know?
Time for me to prove myself.
Oh, bad hand. All 5 drops. Don't want that. Hopefully we can get something better. just didn't have a way to deal with it. If I had have drawn into Albert early, like I had Albert in my starting hand, but that was no good to me. If I had drawn it a little bit later, I might have been able to deal with the Behemoth at least. Then maybe the game could have went a different direction, but yeah. That thing had so much value where it was.
Hey, let's play. Hey, let's play.
Jeez. Yeah, Queen wouldn't have had enough damage on its own, would it? It wouldn't have dealt with the wards. I had another Saber in hand as well. I was just kind of trying to get that Behemoth out of the way so I could drop Saber. But overall, you did win. Alright, go for the clear.
You're done for.
We could probably start healing up a little bit with the Radiance. Plus they do draw, which isn't bad. Oh, Unicorn. Interesting. Might save that for next turn. Yeah. I was hoping to get a lot more value with the Otahime, but that Behemoth just wiped it out. 3 queens, yeah. That would have been a pain. But I think it would have been doable as well. The Otahime's bodyguards would easily kill off the vampires, and then clearing the queens, sabers I had there as well probably would have done alright. Just that Behemoth really that turned that game on me. Because it's not damage, I can banish. Good. They're protected from spell effects. Spell and effects, sorry.
Lost in wayward ones.
Alright, cool. Plenty of draw. Alright. They're aiming for a roach, and they can't easily pull off 19 damage. So I should be okay. Always the way, isn't it? You know, the one card you tech in thinking, oh yeah, this is okay because it replaces something else, turns out it absolutely demolishes people.
So sparkly.
No! Stop! Stop!
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
You won't escape.
So, I'm pretty much dead to Roach, guaranteed, unless I can draw into something. And that wasn't the something I needed. Lucifer's no good to me because it's not going to heal enough. Lion's the only option. And I suppose Healing Angel for a little bit of health. And hope they don't have a decent Roach combo.
May all life prosper and be blessed.
Oh, Lucifer. Okay.
This ends here.
Do we counter that with our own?
Once I believed.
I don't think there's any other way around this. Other than hit it with our own Lucifer.
Mary.
Actually, we just trade it off and do play our own Lucifer. Or... Actually, no. Alright, that Curate really changed my mind on what I wanted to do there. It'll give me more health,
The void.
give me a chance to get more off the Unicorn, and let me keep the Lucifer. Plus, I can't ram the Lucifer because I have no evolves left, so that's not happening that way. Yeah, I can definitely see that. 6-7 is a big problem with control decks. You don't have much solid board.
You're nothing to one
Alright, what are they going to do? Return or stop the attack? Stop the attack, okay.
That hurts. Don't hurt
Thinking of dropping Bahamut just as a good clear here, but I don't think there's many other options. I don't want to take any more damage. A roach combo is already going to be difficult for them. And I'm going to have to get Lucifer out along with Unicorn probably very soon.
Jewels are the best.
Okay.
You're gonna get free. Get 'em. Hey, let's play. Get 'em.
Well, they're going to use that to try and clear the Bahamut, obviously, are they? Alright, we'll drop Lucifer,
May all life
drop a
prosper
Unicorn.
and be blessed.
You've gotta see me dance.
We're not too worried about the petals because they're not going to do much to me overall. Because the more petal answers they bring out, the easier it's going to be. Yep, it really is. 10-7 is the worst.
I'm lost.
Usually you're looking for blood to combo 2 cards for turn 7. About your only option. Alright, sweet. So we finished that first mission there too.
I pray that you will be freed from suffering.
Alright, what do we got left? Sword and blood. We might give a quick run at some blood with... Oh, I don't have a control blood because I don't have the cards. Well, actually, what do you need for control? Yeah, I don't have the vampire queens. That's a big loss. That's going to make things... We'll just take aggro blood. If we run into too many control decks, we'll probably just wrap it up. But we'll give it a shot. If we get a couple of quick games in... Yeah, that's true. It is probably the best turn 7. The only problem is, in a lot of control bloods, you don't really see that played much.
Time to get started.
You must
You only really see it in Haven and Dragon, and even Haven doesn't tend to run that combo. Really, Dragon's the only one that takes advantage of it. Because Dragon pretty much doesn't do anything until turn 5, turn 6 range, other than trying to ramp up to it. Come on. Hoping for a decent draw. That's pretty good. Turn 1. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5. So it's actually a really nice curve. Alright. I could probably pull that off. But I think Queen Vamp gives too much value with the wards compared to the other two. Both Behemoth isn't bad.
Blood is spilled.
Oh, that fits really nice into my curve for Vania turn 4.
Let me ease your pain.
Okay. Sucks that they're not letting me get any damage, but not much I can really do about it. Yeah. You don't see many wards in blood outside of what? This guy? That's it? Vampire Noble? That was only recently added.
Welcome home, sir.
Okay, what are we going to see here?
Me.
Oh, come on. Cut me some slack. Now I really want to play Devil Loop.
Go! Go! Now you made me
Let
angry.
me play the devil.
Again.
Wouldn't.
Play devil.
For now.
Drawing all your commanders. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. They are the only viable wards. Which is kind of sad.
On my blade.
Hopefully next expansion we'll see something a bit more.
Yours.
Alright. That's going to be difficult.
You are done for.
Can't kill it with Dance to Death because I can't target it. Damn it, my life.
True power.
You just think you
What else can I do? Yay!
Oh, that's sparkly.
Really not that good. Because nothing here will easily trade, no matter what I do.
Hey, check this out.
You're the troublemaker.
I was naive.
Oh, I don't like this sword deck. Too many counters.
You're safe with me, Captain.
Yep,
It won't be long now.
and that's the problem. I don't like vengeance cards. I think vengeance is a terrible mechanic. Because by the time you're at 10, you're pretty much dead in most cases, excluding control blood. It's the only time vengeance can be kind of reversed with the healing, but even then, it's like, come on.
Blimey.
Alright, I'm pretty screwed.
I will abide.
Okay. We'll get rid of that.
This fortress will not fall.
Get rid of the ward. I think I'm dead. I've burned out now. I don't have life. No, I don't